really losing? Nothing at all. Okay, nothing at all. All it will do is prevent a future potential argument. Nothing else. Or am I way off base here? You tell me. Do you agree with that, those denizens of the chop shop? Is Mr. Akon owing to something, or is he losing his damn mind? Oh, he's an entertainer. He can say things like that. You might be right about that. You might be right about that. But he says, yeah, women just don't take the time to even figure out men. And the reason why is, if you let every woman tell it, you let any woman who's been with a man for any length of time, they'll tell you they got their man figured all the way out. They got him. I know what he needs. I know what he wants. I know how to motivate him. Now, if you pull those same men to the side and ask them, do their women really know them? I wonder what they would say. I wonder what they might say. Good morning, currently 7:17 a.m. in the Queen City. And as always, my pleasure to be with you, chopping it up on everything that's going on, everything. Oh, yeah, and props to Akon because he's bringing light to the dark continent. The man's out here actually doing something of some stance, of some substance, right? Speaking of substance, let's talk about the opposite of substance, and that is this so-called Benghazi report. I've watched too much media in the last 24 hours of these Republicans. I mean, they're dancing around like they're kids on Christmas. Benghazi report, the Benghazi report, the Benghazi report. I don't give a damn about no damn Benghazi report, man. And how long has it been now that these Republicans have been running this game about the Benghazi report and really prostituting the deaths of all of the Americans who died? Every last one of them are being prostituted by the Republican Party. Tell them I said so. The Benghazi report, dead Americans. I mean, it's tragic, but how are you going to blame one person for this? As I understand it, however, having said all of that, the Benghazi report, I'm just more concerned about the 911 report, the 9/11 commission. These cats, these Republican cats, man, were silent on the 9/11 commission, and thousands of people died. Thousands of folks died. But yet, we're supposed to get all upset about the Benghazi report when it was just a few people. I'm not saying that their lives didn't matter. And, of course, if you're a friend or family member of someone who lost their life at that embassy, it means everything to you, and I'm sensitive to that. However, I don't give a damn. I'm tired of talking about it. I mean, this is what's wrong with the Republican Party. It's too much of that got you politics. Gotcha. And the reason why is that they are still drunk off of the success that they had with the former president, Hillary's husband, Bill Clinton. Whitewater. Oh, and don't even talk about the dress. Monica Lewinsky. I mean, I would imagine that behind closed doors, the Republicans, the leadership, they literally were doing cartwheels when they realized that the sitting Democrat president, Bill Clinton at the time, had either lied or got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, no pun intended, maybe a little. I bet they were in love with it. Oh, we got him. Like they hit the lottery. Man, we're all Americans. And now they're trying to derail Clinton with this damn Benghazi report. Oh, my God. I'm happy it's out because I'm tired of talking about it. However, I do have a clip of two very serious-sounding Republicans. I don't even know their damn names. It don't matter. I mean, I do know their names. Very serious-sounding Republicans, and they want to make sure that Americans are alerted that Hillary Clinton, basically, it's her fault that the terrorists attacked the embassy, right? The hell? And they're talking about transportation records. How are they supposed to get to the airport? I mean, so why am I telling you this? I'm telling you that if Hillary Clinton is elected, I'm afraid this Benghazi stuff, it won't be over. This is what the Republican Party does. They don't invest in policies that will really affect hardworking, everyday Republican, constituents. They're more invested in these gotcha moments. Scandal. Nate Ivey. This is the Nathan Ivey Show, again, powered by the good folks at Superlative Media. The flow and the show will continue right after this.
When you were a little kid and you thought about what you wanted to be, teaching was at the top of your list. But things changed. And as you got older, teaching didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you're thinking you'll be something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Now you want to be a doctor. You don't think teachers save lives? 25 at a time. An actress? Try playing a different role every time the bell rings. How about a scientist? Ever heard of physics? Chemistry? Who do you think teaches that? Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, and taking learning far beyond the four walls of the classroom. It's time to recognize that great things are happening in teaching and put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
Unexpected reactions to smart financial decisions brought to you by feedthepig.org.
Well, I finally did it. I opened a 401k.
So you're giving up? Just like that?
Giving up on what?
On getting an inheritance from a distant relative.
Don't you think if there were a billionaire in the family, we'd know about it by now?
Listen to me. We are one phone call away from riding horses on our own private polo grounds. One call from christening yachts, having a butler, using summer as a verb.
How do you figure?
Look, everyone's got a rich uncle somewhere. It's statistics. So the best thing you can do is just prepare for the inevitable.
Right, which is why I thought maybe it would be smart to take control of my finances. You know, start using a budget, get out of debt, set some retirement goals.
Budgets? Debt? You watch your mouth. Retirement shouldn't be a goal for us. It should be a way of life.
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Now back to the show.
Nate Ivey in the air chair with you as always. Welcome back. Currently 7:24 a.m. in the Queen City, broadcasting live from the city of Cincinnati. And, of course, the Nathan Ivey Show is powered by the good folks at Superlative Media. Let's get back into it. So Akon says that men may be natural breeders.
I'm not afraid to fail.
Natural breeders. And I think that if women, he also says that if women don't really take the time to understand men. I want to focus on that part. Is that true? Fellas, in your humble opinion, let me talk directly to the men here. And I know there's a lot of political matters we can discuss. We'll get to all of that. It ain't going nowhere. But now I'd like to discuss this. Is that true in your experience dealing with women? Perhaps you have decided to couple up. You're monogamous with a woman, which means you've got a close relationship with her. Is that a fair assessment, a fair statement, in your opinion, made by Brother Akon? That's Brother Akon. Because what he is doing for Africa in terms of illuminating their worlds, bringing electricity to places where they may not have it, that elevates him, in my opinion, than just some of these other artists out here. Oh, you see my new video? No, I didn't see your new damn video, damn it. But what do you think about Brother Akon? Cruther writes, at Akon, men may be natural breeders. However, some animals stay with their children longer than some men. Therefore, if you are going to breed, stick with what you brought into this world and take care of it. If not, wrap it up. I mean, of course, we all understand that sentiment. I think a lot of people would agree with that. However, I'm not sure if that's the point. The point is that men are forced to deny who God, if you believe in a supreme being, made them to be. The reason why you may have women and men out there who are womanizers, maybe they've got a lady, maybe they're married, but yet some of these men, you've seen them in the news, you may have them in your own personal relationships, you may have friends or family members. They just got to keep a woman in their life on the side. What is that? Is that just, he's just a dog? He's just a rogue? He ain't no good? You've heard all those things before. Or is it something more to it? Is it biological? Can men help themselves? And if not, why won't women allow us or allow to even think that way? I don't know. You tell me. Akeem writes, good morning, Chop Shop. My birthday is Saturday. I would love nothing more than Lisa McDonald's turkey lasagna for my B-Day. Okay, well, so let it be written. So let it be done, Hakeem. Truther writes, the areas where the police pay is higher, do those officers live in those areas and spend their money in those areas? Question mark. That's a good point. I don't believe that Cincinnati police are required to live inside the Cincinnati area. I think that might be a good idea. I think that's a good idea when the police live in the city that they patrol. I think they're going to care more. But I know if those aren't the rules, you can't hold that against them. Should that make a difference whether they live in Cincinnati or not? I mean, hey, they can die with a uniform on. Driving one of these thugs or one of these doped up heroin addicts or who knows. Dealing with some of these weak men out here and their weak mentalities. I'm going to kill my wife because she said she wanted to leave me and then all the kids and myself. I mean, men are doing that these days. I'm not really sure how important that is. But again, that's just my opinion. It might be the top. It may be the top of the list for a lot of people. You tell me. James writes, I'm late but present. Good morning, Chop Shop. Good morning, James. Good to see you, sir. Edward writes, Akon is spot on. I always ask the women, why should I hold me being myself hostage? I want to be me. If you didn't like it, don't waste your time. Brent writes, what Akon says is true from a biological and natural standpoint. However, the difference is cognition and our societal / religious / moral standards we've accepted as norms. Well, I mean, if religion contradicts nature, then how authentic can it be, or is that backwards? Truther writes, men don't take the time to understand women. Put some respect on it. Let me stop you right there, Cruther, because that definitely is not true. Come on now, this is a post-Oprah world. We have been conditioned to understand and listen to what women believe and their feelings and how they feel and what they think. Come on now, we can't get away from it. Come on, Cruther. Krishana writes, men don't take the time to understand women. No, right. She writes, hey, good morning. It was Cruther that wrote that. Tell me what you think. I would love to get your thoughts about that issue. Is, in fact, that true in your opinion? Are you happy that this Benghazi report has come out and been released? I know I am. I am so happy because now finally they can get past it and move on to a new scandal. You know it won't be of any substance, but whatever the new scandal is, because I'm tired of the old one. Also, Cincinnati cops are among the lowest paid in the region. And at least one city council member is calling upon the city manager to increase the Cincinnati officers' pay. You know, they're in some negotiation right now. The FOP is with the city about the future of the pay for Cincinnati police officers. And if you're a Cincinnati police officer, I know this is the top of mind. Check this out. Here's what's being reported. A police officer in Norwood earns $69,000. A Sharonville police officer earns $74,000. Springdale police officer, $75,000. And a Cincinnati police officer earns $64,000 per year. That's it? To basically be a human target? To deal with these heroin addicts and these dope boys and whatever the issue might come up, that you put your life on the line for $60,000 a year in a pension? I don't know. I mean, even without looking at what the other officers are making in other areas, I think it's hard to argue that police officers don't deserve regular raises. I mean, to me, that just makes perfect sense. But when you add to the fact that these other areas, Springdale, for instance, they're making $11,000 more for Springdale. And I'm reading and looking at an article that's in the Cincinnati Enquirer. I'm reading from Cincinnati.com, allegedly written by Cincinnati Council member Charlie Wimburn, who always says great things about me whenever I see him. He always tells me I remind him of his son. Now, I don't know what the hell that means. I guess his son is suave and debonair. I don't